I think you guys can respect private property, and when a business requires masks, we should respect the owners of the private property to follow those rules. And like a lot of the time, people who have this anti-mask ideology are very verbally and sometimes physically abusive to workers who are trying to enforce this mask policy. And we're like putting our foot down and saying like, please don't do that. Just don't. Just respect the owners of private property and follow their mask rules. That's really what we're doing.
So can I have a question? If an owner doesn't want to bake a cake for some reason, should they respect that too? If they don't want to bake that cake?
Are they a bigoted asshole?
So see, who makes these rules? Who's decide who makes the rules? Who gets pro-choice? Who doesn't? Like,
well, it seems like with abortion, if you're bringing this up out of the fucking blue like it's a red herring, the state is forcing a woman to give birth rather than letting a woman choose, on their own. If they
forcing a woman to give birth, that baby's going to come out no matter what.
It's state-enforced birth is what.
So my body, my choice. What about that for vaccines and a mask?
Go the fuck ahead, but you gotta follow private property rules. And if a private property owner says wear a mask, you gotta wear a mask.
Ideally for you, when do you think we could stop wearing the masks? When would the mandate be permanent?
70%. Once 70% of Texas is vaccinated, it'd be great. I know, yeah.
Stop, dude.
Wait, how am I a fascist? I'm not the one that wants to vaccinate people. I'm not the one that wants to force you to breathe in your own carbon dioxide.
Let's get this started over here.
Yeah, once again, we're the fascists. Hey, we got a shout out. Yeah. We've got more people here than them.
Governor's mansion is just up there. We also see the
What's that, sir?
police with my mosque up there, so go hang out with them.
What was that?
Huh?
Sounds like you guys will
I
get
thought you
along.
said my name.
Oh, that was me. Are you kidding me?
You didn't say F Infowars?
What? No, I didn't.
No,
Are you kidding me?
So you're a liar, too.
15 people here.
Typical liar. I know there's nobody here because everyone hates the masks. It's great.
Well, we love y'all. Y'all for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you. We love you guys, too.
All right, guys, I just want to first thank you all for being here. My name is Crystal. I organize
What a
with the
huge
Restaurant
turnout.
Organizing Project.
More media than
Thank you.
there's more media than there are.
We also have Emergency Workplace Organizing.
Here, show how there's no one
today.
here.
They've been helping the HEB workers
nobody
in San
here.
Antonio get pressure on HEB to enforce mask mandates within their policy. They need to make sure that they are actually enforcing.
So here's what they do, folks. They invite all the media here, and then they have a bunch of speakers. But there's nobody actually attending this event. It's all media and speakers.
We also have the Amplified Sound Coalition here. These guys are killing it right now.
Totally unnecessary.
They have been out there during the storm. They were distributing water. They were getting food to people when the government failed. They activated.
It's the government's job to
Those
feed you.
folks should be working right now because right now should be the beginning of South by Southwest. And right now they're standing here and they're asking Governor Abbott to let them help out with the distribution of vaccines because we're having issues getting them to people. So we got those folks here today. You're gonna
So
hear from
we don't
them.
need any of this. We could all be free. We could all be having South by Southwest. We could all be doing everything. But these fascists don't want to reopen until we play by their rules.
I'm fortunate that my business is going to enforce the mask mandate. And they're also going to keep us at 50% capacity.
Everyone loses their
But
job.
most importantly, they're going to empower me to tell someone to get the fuck out of my building if they don't want to respect us.
Nice.
And that's what's most important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In addition to that,
Love wins.
they will make sure, love does win, baby.
That's right.
They're going to make sure that we are safe the whole time. The issue that we are having right now, however, is we do not have access to vaccines. We are not eligible for vaccines. Now, a lot of the folks that I'm dining on somehow have got their vaccines, so they can go party on West 6th. But I could go to HEB right now, try and get my appointment, they might turn me away. That's bullshit. If you're going to open us up 100%, we need to at least be allowed to make the appointment to go choose to get a vaccine, right? So we need
Or you could
them
choose not to go to
change
work.
by Wednesday that classification and make sure all essential workers, if you have a customer-facing role, if you're a janitor, a bus driver, a grocery store worker, a
Essential
restaurant
workers.
worker,
Who decides
a
that?
journalist
The
that's putting
fascists.
yourself out here and you're risking your lives.
I'm risking
We
my
need to
life
be
right
able
now,
to
by the way.
get access to a vaccine. Very simple.
I don't want it.
Since the government
I don't want
is
it.
having issues distributing the vaccine. We have all these folks here who are happy to become paid employees for the government and help y'all get them out.
Oh, I bet they'd love
Very
that.
simple.
Oh, they'd like a job. What do you know? They'd like a
I'm
job.
going to go ahead and introduce Liz. She is a worker. She's affected very deeply by this policy, and she's going to tell you a little bit about her time.
All right.
Pretty hip, man.
Yeah.
Young kids work for the government, helping get vaccines.
Yeah, wipe that down, even though they're wearing a mask.
Hi, I'm Liz. I've been a service worker since I was 16 years old. I'm a native Austinite.
Yeah.
I have a few things to say.
All right.
I think I speak for us all when I say that I'm angry.
All right.
I'm angry at the ruling class who thanks us for being essential workers.
Who makes
when
them
they
wear a
know that
mask.
We did not have a
Incredible.
fucking choice.
Yeah.
And are they so thankful for us? So thankful that they would force us to risk our lives to serve them?
No one's forcing them to do
And
anything.
while they try to pretend that they care about us, we know damn well that they do not.
Come on, let's go.
From the safety of their homes, they preach the importance of individual responsibility. We know that we are not to blame for the severity of this pandemic. It is the system that has failed us.
Go ahead.
Our system is structured around profits, regardless of whether the means to achieve these profits endangers our own lives.
Yeah, they're up here asking for jobs.
Service workers in Texas have been on the front lines of this pandemic since day one. We have endured hazardous work environments with no compensation for the risks that we have taken.
That's socialism.
Thought it wasn't about profits.
And those that are meant to serve us, our politicians, have shown us that they are not willing to take profit losses, even if it means saving our lives. So Greg Abbott has decided to reopen the Texas economy
Yeah,
without the consent
freedom!
of those that carry it on their backs.
Okay.
And we know that they would not feel entitled to do so if they didn't think they had us exactly where they wanted us. Uninformed, unorganized, divided. So we're here today to show that we are not, and that we are willing to fight back.
But nobody shows
The
up.
days of working Texas going unrepresented are over. Today marks the beginning of a new era of solidarity amongst all workers. We must work together to organize our workplaces around the needs of each other.
A
and
new
not the needs of
communist
those employing
galactic
us.
empire.
Service workers deserve a union that protects our interests.
Yeah, unionize.
Today, our need is to be vaccinated. Tomorrow, it's better wages and better working conditions.
But it's not about profit, though. It's not about profit.
It is time for the workers of Texas to unite. Thank you.
Workers or Marxists?
Moving, stirring.
I'm confused.
I'm wondering
Liz, solidarity, girl.
why are they
We do
wiping
need
the
to
mic?
be
Why are they
paid.
wiping the mic down if the mask stops COVID? Are you noticing this? Why are they wiping the
All right,
mic
so we have
down
another
if
worker
the
coming
mask
up now.
stops COVID? I'm a little confused.
Karen has been working through
Karen?
the pandemic.
The one girl only had
she's
one
so
mask on.
blessed
That's
to have
why.
the
Oh,
name
what is it?
Karen.
She only had one mask on.
She's
So a
she
little
was-
bit of
COVID was getting
Yeah.
through.
She needs 4 in order.
I think they
Wow.
like a wiping fixation.
Like getting ready for the swab. They're getting ready for the swab. We demand swabs.
Hello, everybody. My name is Karen Hamilton, and I wanted
Go,
to come
Karen.
up here and talk as not only a service worker, but as somebody who has been in the 1B category and has still not been able to gain access to their vaccine. Only about 10% of Americans currently are even vaccinated. Yes, that is millions of people, but it's not enough. Millions more could still die if we end the mask mandate now. We have a few assholes in the crowd right now wearing a suit, wearing their little sneakers. thinking
Are you
they're
gonna
some
let?
capitalist
Are you
very
gonna let me
important
talk?
Before March
Are you
10th,
just gonna? Are you?
before the mask
Are you gonna
mandate
let me
really
talk? Or are
ends?
you just gonna talk about me?
You've already talked enough, sir. It's my turn.
Okay. No, I haven't talked at all. I mean, I will talk.
Yes, there will be vaccine injuries, just as there are with any vaccine. With
Oh my
every
gosh.
vaccine that there is, but they help more.
So
But
you're
they
asking
never hurt.
you're asking people to play Russian roulette with vaccines?
And you know what?
Yes, they are.
soon I will have my own vaccine and I will be able to work again. But as of right now, I'm jobless because I had to quit my job because they are opening up 100%, not requiring masks for anybody. And I have a heart condition and autoimmune disease, and I just cannot put myself.
She lost her job because the economy opened up.
In that position.
Doesn't your mask work, ma'am? Doesn't your mask work?
To make my kids not have a mother. There are people with Down syndrome.
Hey, there's a woman speaking. Oh, here we go.
Where's the love, ma'am?
Here we go. Here comes the wall. Here comes the wall.
Don't follow orders pretty well.
Here comes the liberal wall, the Marxist commie wall. So look at this, guys. She's not even talking to anybody. We're now the story here, okay? We're now the story. All the media's on us. All the people that came out here to speak are paying attention to us.
Why do only Marxist
So here we go.
socialists want masks, ladies and gentlemen? Why is it only Marxist socialists that want masks and vaccines? Why don't you guys go get your masks and your vaccines and leave other people alone? Why do you want mandates?
Are you guys pro-government or pro-freedom? Are you pro-government or pro-freedom? Yeah, listen to your Marxist leader. She runs your life now.
Karen, say her name.
So here's the funny thing.
God, all
She'll
y'all are super short.
she'll call me out. She'll call me out on the stage.
She needs a vaccine. She needs a ribeye.
Look at the brainwashed masses. Look at how easily controlled these people are.
Marxists want masks, okay, ladies and gentlemen?
What brings you out here?
The people that burn buildings. Remember the Wendy's? Remember the Targets that burned this summer? We didn't want
Get this genius. Get this super genius. I'd like a word from a super genius. Will you talk?
Karl Marx.
What are you doing? Does your phone talk for you? What is your phone saying for you right now?
People this summer,
Can't talk.
and it wasn't about public health.
Here, watch this. Hey, watch this. We're going to move the whole wall.
Hey, weren't you in front of the...
She's here representing the Del Valley Community Coalition, and she's going to talk a little bit about how that access is going to be trickier and trickier to get. Thank you so much.
It's called cultural Marxism, dude. You know, your mom's pro-black. You should be pretty happy about that.
Hi everyone. So, oh my bad. I am the treasurer of the Del Valley Community Coalition, and I
They're
am
now
here to
blocking their
state
speakers from the
that
media.
we
They're
know the
blocking their
facts
speakers
behind
from the
people who
media.
work in the service industry.
This is incredible.
We know that they're generally low income. We know that they're minorities, and we know that they often live in multi-generational households. So I'm here today on behalf of all of my cousins who are right now out serving in various restaurants throughout Austin who aren't able to make it here today. I think that it is absolutely abhorrent that even if we don't mandate vaccines, give service industry workers the fucking option.
Why are
You
they
have not
cursing so
even
much?
made
It's so
that a single option for them. You expect for them to put their life on the line. You expect for them to put their life on the line. Exactly. No, not the option not wear a mask.
They get to choose the options.
No,
I get it.
You are
So
not
no
giving people the
option.
option
So no options. That's
to
what it is.
coordinate a
No option.
vaccine.
No option.
Okay.
No option. Only they chose. Okay,
They
gotcha.
could've
The
lied
way
about
that
it.
I
You just
see
lied
it
to this crowd.
is
Hey,
that
your body,
if they
her
cannot
choice.
open up the governor's mansion,
Your body,
down the
her
road,
choice.
If they cannot open it up around the corner, then what gives them the right to say that everyone else who is from the working class, the ability
soundbite from this dude?
Huh?
Like how much?
to get a
How
vaccine?
long do you have to roll to get an intelligent soundbite from this guy in the
You can
cute
ask him. He's
polyester?
literally-
They all
he's a
have their
person. Why don't you talk to
vaccines.
him?
I'm asking
You don't
you.
want to.
What's the
You're a
response
person?
to that?
I know.
I asked
They
you.
all have their
he's holding the
vaccines, and
mic.
then what about the rest of us? Huh?
But you don't
You
want to
are
talk to me,
alive,
the
not
dummy,
dead.
right? You don't
We are
want to.
saying
You don't want to get
every day
exposed
as
by the
essential
dummy, right?
workers,
You don't want to get
Yet no
exposed
one
as the
seems to
dummy.
give us any sort of dignity.
How long will it take? I'm timing
You don't even want to raise the minimum wage.
3,
You don't want to provide any
4,
hazard pay.
5. Talk to him.
So what are people
How many
supposed to do?
masks?
Tell
How
me.
many masks are you wearing? How many masks do you have
70%
on?
before 100%.
Which
Thank
question
you.
did you want me to answer?
First, how many masks are you
My question
wearing?
is he telling me to call you the dummy? Is that what he meant?
No, you called me a dummy.
I didn't call you anything.
We
Oh,
have
okay.
the main event coming
Do you have a
up.
name?
We
Yeah,
have
Owen, what's your
someone
name?
who's The co-founder
My
of
name
the
is
Amplified
not
Sound
Bates.
Coalition. Oh wait, no.
Well,
we
that
have
mask you're
another
wearing looks a
person.
little dirty. It probably
So,
has disease on it.
Chris,
Yeah,
on up.
it does.
So you're breathing in disease right now.
I'm just
from
keeping
the
it off of
Emergency
you.
Workplace Organizing
Well, I
Commission.
appreciate that.
Everything that
But you
we've
realize
told
that mask
everything
spreads
we talked
disease.
about today, it means we need to organize as
Yeah.
workers to get these rights, okay? Governor
rights.
Abbott is up
They
for
have
election
rights.
January,
Rights to
November
vaccines.
8th, 2022. It's a year and a half away. So if you are here today and you want to know how you can continue
What?
this
Are you a
fight,
doctor?
Chris can
No,
tell
are
you
you?
a little more.
You are a doctor.
Research MD.
Oh, what do you research?
The water around
Well,
cancer cells.
it looks like we have upset
So what
the
do you
right people.
what do you think about
That means we're
Fauci
doing the
saying
right
not to
thing.
wear a mask?
I think scientists are good at what they do usually.
What do you think about Fauci saying not to wear a mask? That it spreads
so,
disease.
As you know, it's a pretty fucking bad it's a pretty bad shit show out there. And
Did that make an
workers
impression on you?
are further
Yeah,
alienated.
I went and did the research
We're
and found out
depressed.
that masks spreads
We're
disease.
fucking anxious all the time.
You're not supposed to
We
eat
don't
them, Owen.
know if we're gonna die from going to work.
Well, it only makes sense. That's why your mask is so dirty. That's why surgeons discard the mask
Not
after
only
they
the
use it.
Republicans, but also the Democrats have continued.
Yeah, you don't want to talk to me
fail the
because
workers.
you know I would embarrass you
But how do we do
intellectually.
that? How do we just depend?
Oh, it's rude as they
on
block
our-
the
on our
media from their
state
own
to
speakers.
Take care of us, or do we come together as workers?
But yet
Workers
he's
of
begging
the
the state
world
to he's
uniting
begging the state to take
is
action.
What frightens these people? It's what frightens the
No, I'm not
ownership
frightened at all.
class. What Ewok is trying to do is train people how to become union organizers in their workplace.
Communists. Teach them how to be communists, right?
Sure, communism fucking rules, dude.
Tell us more. Hey, don't touch me, sir.
So, if you want to be a trainer in your workplace, to give yourself better wages, to reduce sexual abuse and harassment, to have better paid time off, to not be afraid of
communism.
dying from going to work,
Yeah, communism is what you want. Yeah.
go to workerorganizing.org and become an Ewok trainer. I'm going to end from a quote from, Karl Marx. Workers of the world unite. We have nothing to lose but our chains.
As we beg to put the mask on our
Solidarity,
faces.
Chris. Thank you so much. So yes, please come organize with us. These events don't happen overnight. It means we organize. We are on group text all the time. We're on trainings. We are talking to each other in the workplace. We're talking about, we're not just bitching off to work about, it sucks that we had to be at work for 14 fucking hours with no help. We can't get people to come back to work right now because conditions suck. If you can afford to not go back to work right now, don't do it. I'm back. It's awful. It is fucking awful right now. Don't go to work, stay home, and help us organize instead.
Yeah,
I
be
got
a-
plenty
be a
of fucking
lazy
work
bum.
for y'all, let me tell you. That'd be great. I would fucking love that. You know, I come from Australia, and it's amazing the way they've handled this response. We don't have to deal with this shit. I would love to go back there and have that universal health care, but I'm fucking here organizing for y'all. So y'all need to step it
Yeah,
up.
we're so
and
privileged.
Make sure
She's working
that
for
we
us.
do get this guy out of office November 8th, 2022. Okay, y'all? I am a real Sheila. Crikey, mate. The next and final amazing speaker is Jeanette Greger. Most of you guys know her from around the streets here, bartending, running South by Southwest all over the Red River District. And she's here today to help you guys learn more about the Amplified Sound Coalition and her plans to help get you guys to distribute those vaccines out to people. Welcome, Jeanette. Hi, everybody. I'm Jeanette Greger. I'm the co-founder of the Amplified Sound Coalition. I want to say two things before I read my prepared
All right, we'll just go
speech.
around you then.
That's all right. You can sit over there.
First
We'll
of
be right
all,
here.
thank you
We'll be right
for
here.
all
Thank
of the
you.
people
Excuse
that
me.
have come out today
Wow, don't touch
and
me,
shown
please.
everyone
so you're following us
how
around
much
now.
more difficult
They
our
didn't wipe
jobs
down your
are going to be.
microphone.
Stephanie,
Forgot to
crank
wipe
me up.
down your mic.
Just blast them out.
Just blast us out.
This is exactly what essential workers have been dealing with at our jobs. It's people like you and you that argue with
Your
us.
suit's a little too small, by the way.
Non-stop.
We don't want communism.
But you know what's great?
Those are called muscles. If you worked out, you may know something.
That's all the muscles I need, baby.
My brain's bigger than yours too. The mask is actually an IQ test. You failed.
We are here.
You're breathing in your own carbon dioxide right now. Do you realize that?
together.
And I'd rather die from that than fucking
So these people think carbon dioxide is killing the planet, yet they're sucking it in all day long under their masks. How funny is that? Don't touch my mic.
We demand to be heard. I'm here for you too.
Good. I say no. I say we should have a choice to wear the mask or not.
Today is a very significant day.
To get the vaccine.
Today,
You
March
should.
8th would have been
I agree
the first
completely.
day of South by Southwest 2021.
Why are you here?
How many of you would be entering this week prepared to work 12 to 18-hour workdays?
And wear 12 masks.
How many of you are still trying to recover financially from the hit we took a year ago?
Because the government locked you down. Because the government shut you down. These guys are pro-government, anti-freedom. This is a pro-government, anti-freedom rally. This is a pro-government, anti-freedom rally. You guys are all pro-government here.
I see you.
Admit it.
I see you.
Admit you're pro-government.
No,
The Anti-Freedom Coalition.
But how many of you recognize that without that cancellation?
So nobody actually came to this event. Only their speakers and the media.
Country, if not the world.
Oh, super spreader events. There's yet to be one. There's yet to be a single one.
Thousands of jobs, our jobs,
by the government.
Were put on hold indefinitely for the safety of our families, our communities, and ourselves.
By the government that they're promoting.
The service industry, culinary, hotel, beauty sectors who were immediately in financial crisis.
Because the government shut them down.
Many of us waited months for relief. Many of us are still waiting.
It's never coming.
Did our sacrifice result in any action from our governor?
Yeah, you destroyed your own prosperity.
Did the state of Texas give us any protections, any policy or bill focused on the people who live?
The government owes you nothing. The government owes you nothing.
Already battling food insecurity. Get the fuck away from me.
Yeah! Big tough one.
6 feet. 6 feet.
6 feet. Come on. Let's
6
back
feet.
off a little bit.
Did that guy just threaten a woman?
You don't have to leave.
Wow, you threatened a woman.
6 feet.
What a coward.
At least until Wednesday. I'm standing in a goddamn microphone, woman. I don't know what crazy juice you drank today, but I've been stationary.
All right, police are on the scene now. That's what happens at Marxist events.
This is what a bunch of spoiled brats that need attention look like. Y'all get
Yeah.
your own cause.
The irony is not lost. The irony is not lost.
Microphones. You came with a handheld speaker.
Hey, Rachel. Calm
We
down.
are here for freedom.
No, you're here for security. More masks.
Don't fucking put your
More
hands on
mandates. You're giving freedom
Yeah,
to
you
the
did.
governor, and you want to fucking counter it.
I'm gonna get through this speech, y'all.
You shut
I worked real hard on it. I worked real hard for you and everyone else in this city and this state. I see you working longer hours. I see you dealing with angry and frustrating customers. I see you here today with the same anxiety and the same fear that I have. I see you and you matter. Today, March 8th, is a very significant day. Today we celebrate International Women's Day. What we're doing here, what we're demanding, it should...
Except men can be women now, so it's Men's Day.
Before. International Women's Day was first celebrated in New York City, February 28, 1909.
Let's go!
I feel like I'm a woman right now. I'm going to join the LPGA tour. And if you question that, you're a bigot.
Stood up, raised her fist in the air, and with one oath, with one promise, she changed workers' rights for all of us.
Yeah! Yeah!
She was 23 years old, working at a sweatshop on the Lower East Side of Manhattan, making $3 a day, working 65 to 75 hours a week. Every day, she climbed a narrow, dark staircase to the 8th floor of a sweatshop in a building. If she clocked in 5 minutes late, her wages for the day would be cut in half. Her name was Clara Lemlich. And one night, she pushed her way into a meeting of over 3,000 people, called to the East Side Assembly Hall answering a call from a union leaflet announcing a strike to demand better working conditions, fair pay, and safety. Hours went by, hours of speeches by men cautioning against a strike that would lead to potential harm to the fragile women who were the most taken advantage of, the most abused. And then she stood up.
What are we talking
Clara
about now?
Lemlich, in her native Yiddish, yelled into the crowd, "I have listened to all the speeches. I have no further patience for talk. I too have worked and suffered. I am tired of talk."
No more talk. Is that an incitement of violence?
She announced that the women would strike. When
Strike?
met with the questioning of her faith of this
strike?
action, she famously cried, "If I turn traitor to the cause I now pledge, may this hand wither from the arm I raise."
That was woke.
That strike resulted in 15,000 shirtwaist workers walking out of their factories, later joined by thousands more, and would become known as the uprising of the 20,000. The immediate results of her actions were union contracts with almost every shop in the city. Pay rates were raised, treatment of employees became better, and working conditions improved. Clara's actions paved the way for the labor laws and workers' rights that we all experience now. The 40-hour work week, a minimum wage, safety protocols, and in some states, the right to collective bargaining.
We got Slash on the scene here. He's posing for the cameras. Look
What's
at that
important
power
about
stance.
This story
The
is
power.
not what was won, but what was lost.
I dominate you.
Of the companies that did adhere to workers'
Bow
rights
to
demands,
Slash,
there
Cobra
was one
Commander.
that did not. The Triangle Shirtwaist Company, where Clara had worked behind a giant locked steel door. On March 25th, 1911, a year after the strikes ended, 146 garment workers died when a fire consumed the 8th, 9th, and 10th floors of the building. 123 women, most between the ages of 14 and 23, as well as 23 men, burned to death or perished jumping from the windows because exits were locked and to prevent unauthorized breaks. They had been warned. The people had begged for safer working conditions. The company, putting wealth over safety, ignored what was good for the people, and it resulted in death. Our history as Americans has been fraught with cries from the workers, the laborers of the country, demanding better work conditions for the simple, respectable reason
If only we were like China.
Wanting to die.
If only we were like China with all the
We have
workers' rights
demanded
over
better
there in
pay
China.
So we can feed ourselves and our families, so we can afford to live in the cities that we make run on time. We can afford to send our children to schools that we ourselves work in, so they are safe, so they are healthy, so we have the basic human right to equality of life. How can we have that quality of life if our right to be safe at work is now taken away?
You have the right to wear a mask still, ma'am.
How can we come home to our families? How can we take care of our loved ones if we are exposed at work to a deadly virus?
Doesn't your mask work?
Governor Abbott, I'm calling you out. The decision to reopen the state at 100% has made Texas the Triangle Shirtwaist factory of the country.
It's made
and
Texas
we are all
free!
now locked behind steel doors.
It's made
waiting
Texas
for a
free!
spark.
We are free! We believe in freedom!
Most of us do not receive hazard pay for the already dangerous conditions we work in. Most of us cannot afford to get rapid tests or wait for results from city tests to come in. Most of us, as a result of Tuesday's declarations, will get sick.
We'll test positive.
How is that? How is
No
that?
one's getting sick. They're testing positive.
Some of us will die. The decision to reopen the state at 100% was not made with our interests in mind.
It's not the government's.
The
It's
decision
not the
to
government's
reopen
right.
the state was not made with or by health experts.
So these are pro-government
The decision
people out
to
here.
remove
They
the mask
want more
mandate
government.
was not made by anyone who has had to argue over and over again with a customer to keep it on for the length of one fucking transaction.
We're pro-freedom. My body, my choice.
My body, my choice.
These are not acceptable working conditions.
Then quit.
Say it with me. These
And yet you're out here with a group of people.
I have a mother I have to call every day and tell her I'm safe. And tell her I don't have any symptoms yet. That my coworker got sick, but I didn't catch it so far. How much longer do I have to make these calls? How much longer will my family worry about me tending a bar as if I'm fighting a war? The answer is
She's a warrior. She's a warrior.
Vaccinate
A war hero.
Vaccinate responsibly. And sure, the businesses rushing to be opened won't close again because their staff gets sick.
No, they won't.
Spend the time and energy that went into a press conference about reopening on rapid and fair vaccine distribution for the workers who are the backbone of the Texas economy.
Well, I wonder how
Spend
much
the
of a
money.
backbone they really are.
Invest in your workers. Invest in us.
If they're begging to be relevant here. They're such
Take
a backbone,
care of
they're
us
begging to be
like
considered
we
here.
Take care of you.
I've never seen any of these people, but
So
somehow
what
they
do we
take care of me.
want? 70 before 100. What do we want? 70 before 100.
So that's mandatory vaccines. They want
Vaccinate
they want
70%
mandatory
of our essential
vaccines.
workers before reopening Texas to 100%. Let us have our health, our safety,
They
and
want
our
mandatory
rights.
vaccines.
Your health, your safety, your rights.
It's my choice.
Let us live and continue to work in the great state of Texas.
Oh.
We have value, and today we control the volume.
That's what she thinks. So the irony here is amazing.
Jeanette, oh my God. I can hear Jeanette talk all day.
All these people are
Guys,
pro-government.
thank you so much for coming. We have
These
a
people are
petition. We need you to sign
pro-government.
It is over here. You can get access to sign it. Lewis is going to help you with that. We need to put pressure to get us eligible to get vaccines by Wednesday. So we need to be calling EVAC. We have the number on our petition, also on our Instagram. We have to call them and let them know we need vaccines now. We need to pressure our local government to get us to help with vaccine distribution, which Jeanette can help with and is happy to help with. So let's get that happening. And we need to put pressure on businesses like Tipsy Alchemist in Dallas, Lonesome Dove in Austin, Cover 2 in Austin, that are going to put their workers at risk. And they are going to put them at risk of not just getting coronavirus when they have no health care, but also violence. The violence that's about to happen from fuckwits like this that are now going to come into our workplace, where today I can tell dumbass to fuck off, but if I do that at work, I might get fired and not unemployment, which I goddamn need.
That's good customer service.
I have amazing customer service. Come see me, baby.
I would never come see you.
I would like to thank
Never.
our security over here, our essential workers.
Yeah,
our
thank you,
speakers
police.
today.
Thank you to the
Hang out,
police.
Hanging out. Come talk to us. Organized workers. That is the most important thing. Follow Restaurant Organizing Project, the Amplified Sound Coalition, Emergency Workplace Organizing Committee, and also Austin Mutual Aid, who had made sure to take care of us during the storm, who couldn't be here today, even though they endorsed this event, because they are currently working to keep feeding and distributing people with water and food. So please keep donating to them. They need
Power's
a new
been back on
headquarters,
for 2
so if anyone
weeks.
can help them with that, reach out to them. Thank you guys so much for coming. Please come and talk to the organizers after the event.
Oh, that's an invite. I wonder if they'll talk to me.
Gene therapy is not a...
Gene therapy is not a vaccine, ladies and gentlemen. They're experimenting on the public with mRNA. mRNA is not a vaccine. Not one that you've ever had or you've ever had. Not one that any of you guys have ever had. Why are you letting them experiment with your health and then fighting for it? Sir, why are you letting them experiment with your health?
Hey, can I ask you a question? Are you pro-government or pro-freedom?
Do you want to be a guinea pig?
Are you pro-government or pro-freedom?
That's the real question.
They won't admit they're pro-government. Are you pro-government or pro-freedom? They know they're pro-government, so they'll never admit it. Let's see if we can find anyone else. Sir, are you pro-government or pro-freedom? Should be a pretty easy answer, right? Here, let's ask this gentleman. Are you pro-government or pro-freedom?
Pro-freedom all day.
Oh, that was easy, wasn't it? That was easy. That's amazing. Excuse me, ma'am. Are you pro-government or pro-freedom? Pro-government or pro-freedom?
Well, I'm pro my body, my choice. So are you interested in women's rights?
So my body, my choice. So I don't want to take a vaccine or wear a mask. Is that okay?
I mean, I think if you want to die, that's fine with you.
I have never worn a mask and I don't take any vaccines and I'm still alive.
But you can get the fuck away from me because you don't have a mask on and I do.
But the mask protects you, right? Doesn't the mask protect you? It doesn't protect you. So the mask doesn't protect you.
Those are your words, honey.
Well, you're the one that's still afraid even though you have the mask on.
Those are your words, honey. I'm not afraid.
So are you pro-government or pro-freedom? All right. Are you pro-government or pro-freedom? Pro-freedom. That was a pretty easy one right there, isn't it? That's pretty easy, I'd say. The organizers said they would talk. Here, let's see. Excuse me. Are you pro-government or pro-freedom? Pro-government or pro-freedom?
I am pro-science. I'm a doctor, and I believe in the mRNA virus vaccine, and I believe that this InfoWars stuff is all conspiracy theory bullshit.
So tell me, what testing have they done with the mRNA shot? Have they done any testing?
Yes.
On who?
Thousands of volunteers.
Yeah, like the people here that are getting it for the first time.
I've had it. I'm great. I'm healthy. I'm fine, and I'm safe.
Are you pro-government or pro-freedom? They're trying to drown us out. Here, let's get behind the speakers. Come on. He's up here playing his phone through the speaker system. Look at that. So there's only like 4 or 5 of us patriots out here. And it's funny because they have to drown us out with the speakers. Here, that's this one just flicking off the air. Excuse me, ma'am. Are you pro-government or pro-freedom? Pro-government or pro-freedom? Hey, pro-government or pro-freedom? Pro-government or pro-freedom? Are you pro-government or pro-freedom? Pro-government or pro-freedom? Are you pro-government or pro-freedom?
I'm pro go fuck yourself.
Are you pro-government or pro-freedom?
Fuck yourself. I said go fuck yourself.
I can't hear you.
Go fuck yourself.
Pro-government? He's pro-government. Excuse me, ma'am. Are you pro-government or pro-freedom?
Fuck off.
Pro-government or pro-freedom?
I'm not answering. Fuck off, please.
So pro-government? Would you say you're pro-government or pro-freedom?
You guys are like a disgrace to journalism.
Really out here asking people questions. So actual journalism is a disgrace to journalism. Actual journalism. Amazing. Sir, are you pro-government or pro-freedom?
Who's asking?
Me, right here. So pro-government?
You got a name?
No, my body, my choice. Doesn't the mask protect you? You should be safe, right?
You got a name?
Yeah, Owen.
Owen what?
What's your name?
What's your name?
Owen.
You're asking the question. Who are you with?
Yeah, Owen Shroyer from InfoWars.
Who are you with?
Owen Shroyer from InfoWars. Look at how mature this grown adult is. Look at how mature this grown adult man is. He's giving me the hand. Are you pro-government or pro-freedom? Are you pro-government or pro-freedom? Huh? I can't understand. Can you understand it? Maybe it's the mask. Are you pro-government or pro-freedom? All right.
He's got a show called The War Room.
Hey, hold on. Let him go. Hey, are you pro-government or pro-freedom?
Pro-freedom.
It's so strange. The people that say pro-freedom, they can answer like that. There's like no hesitation. But the pro-government people won't even answer. And they're trying to make us go deaf. So all these people are going to have tinnitus now. They're all going to have tinnitus because they're blasting this obnoxious music through a cell phone. This is incredible. So we've got a communist crowd that's pro-government and anti-freedom out here today, begging the government to take care of them. They want the government to take care of them with everything, and they don't even have the basic concept of freedom, that they have the freedom of choice. They have the freedom to choose where to work. They have the freedom to choose to wear a mask. They have a freedom to choose whether to get a vaccine. They have all these freedoms, but they want to enforce us with their lifestyles. That's what this is really all about. And that's why when I ask them, are you pro-government or pro-freedom, they won't answer because they all know they're pro-government. Freedom is popular. Freedom of choice is popular. Options is what creates innovation and prosperity, and these people are the antithesis and the enemy of America prosperity and human freedom. And they know it, and that's why they won't answer a basic question if they're pro-government or pro-freedom, because they're all pro-government. Every single one of these people is pro-government. They want the government to take care of everything they do and to run our lives. And not one of these people here could prove to me that there was a deadly pandemic. Not a single person. I know you love the government. There was no pandemic in the United States of America. Now that they've finally been silenced, I want them to know the death rate in the United States did not go up a single fraction of a percentage. There is no pandemic, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Now that you guys have finally subdued your communist energy, I want you to know that there was no pandemic. I know that's shocking that the television would lie to you, but go look at the death rate in the United States. The death rate in the United States of America did not go up a single percent. Not a single percent. Not a single percent. Not even a tenth of a single percent. Where's your deadly pandemic? What are you so afraid of? And how come not a single one of you can answer a simple question, are you pro-government or pro-freedom? Because you know your answer is pro-government, and that's the most unpopular thing in the world right now is government. Admit your government TV stooges, just admit it, and then please, my body, my choice. If we don't want a vaccine and we don't want to wear a mask, that's our body, that's our choice. But all of a sudden, you're against my body, my choice. So it seems like all your other political policies, all your other political opinions are all hypocritical and all double-sided. A total hypocrisy. You guys can wear your masks the rest of your lives, and some of you probably will. But guess what? If you look at the death rate in the United States of America, it didn't go up. If you look at the CDC's numbers for flu and pneumonia, they went down to 0. And if you look at the number of comorbidity deaths from COVID, it's 80%. 80% of COVID deaths were cancer, leukemia, bone disease, obesity, heart failure, old age. There's the facts. You just had more facts and logic and science given to you in a minute by me than an entire hour from these. Listen to them boo. They hate the truth. They hate the truth. So here's your Marxist communists that are pro-government. Just remember that. When the government takes over your life, when the government makes you take a deadly vaccine, and when the government makes you suck in your own carbon dioxide by wearing a face mask, these are the people that caused it. They're pro-government. They say that carbon dioxide emissions are causing global warming, yet they want us to breathe in carbon dioxide every day by wearing a mask. Which is it? Is carbon dioxide killing us? Or are you not dying when you breathe in your carbon dioxide emissions every day? Maybe make up your mind.
Listen to them droning on. Listen to them. Here, let's see. What did I say that was inaccurate?
6 feet.
What did I say that was inaccurate?
6 feet, you're stepping on my dick.
So you can't answer. Did I say, I bet not one of you could say anything I said that was inaccurate. Go ahead, I'll give you a try.
I can do it. This is you.
So no?
Well, I just stopped wearing a tie, but that's about the same.
Okay, so everything I said was right, and all you can do is make weird noises with your mouth?
That's what you just did.
Like a child?
You went through so many different subjects so fast, I couldn't even take note, brother.
You're not smart enough. That's true. I should slow it down for them. Let me slow this one down for you. The death rate in the United States of America did not increase.
There's nothing you're going to do that is going to prove any of this differently. So
you're right. That's just the fact. But do you care? Like, so was it the deadliest pandemic in your life?
For sure.
So how much of an increase in the death percentage was there?
I lost enough family members to know something happened.
So you won't answer the question?
You won't hear other sides.
You won't answer a question. How can I hear a side if you won't answer a simple question?
I'm a bouncer at a nightclub, brother. I come in contact with hundreds of people every night.
And yet here you are.
Here I am because I have to do this.
Because you're okay and you're not going to get sick from COVID and die. You're going to be okay.
Would you ever let someone who has a different point of view actually finish their statement before interrupting them? Because you did. And so we're done. Guys, I love you. I love you all.
And there he goes. So nobody can prove anything I said wrong. Nobody can prove a single thing. They all run away. They all make jeering, howling sounds. This is your typical communist. Now here's the thing. Notice how they had this event and all the media showed up and their speakers showed up and that's it. Nobody wants to wear the masks anymore. Nobody wants this state to be shut down anymore. We're all sick of it. And these people are ruining it for everybody. These people are ruining our free country for everybody. And that's why not a single one would answer the question honestly if they're pro-government or pro-freedom, because they're all pro-government. That's why they want to force you to wear a mask. That's why they want to force you to take a vaccine. And that's why they don't even want you to have the option to send your kids to school. They don't want you to have the option to open up your business. And they don't want you to have the option of breathing air. If I didn't know any better, I'd think this was an alien invasion, making us breathe in our own carbon dioxide emissions, which they believe is killing the planet. Which one is it? Is carbon dioxide deadly, killing the planet, or are you breathing it in all day and you're perfectly safe? But yet again, not a single one of these people can answer a question. I'll give this guy an opportunity. Do you believe that mask protects you?
Yes.
So should we mandate masks then?
Yes.
Why?
Because if both of us are wearing a mask, the percentage chance of transmission between either one of us is the most low. Now, if only I wear a mask and you don't, the rate of transmission is much higher.
Okay, fair enough. Are you pro-government or pro-freedom?
That's a false equivalency. You can be both pro-government and pro-personal freedom.
The government restricts your freedom.
Only to a point where it prevents you from restricting.
So you're pro-government?
I am pro-government to a point that prevents people from harming each other.
I'll give you credit. At least you're honest. You are pro-government.
Yes, sir. I am also pro-freedom.
So do I have the freedom of choice to wear a mask?
No, you do not.
So why? Why am I not a free? Is this a free country?
You are not free to choose to not wear a mask because, again, your choice to not wear a mask increases the rate of transmission between you and any other.
But you're wearing a mask, so you should be fine.
Right now, I'm only 50% fine.
Should we mandate? Should we mandate condoms for sex?
No.
Well, why not? Well, you could spread a disease.
Or you could make a baby. Like if you.
So by your logic, we should mandate condoms.
No.
Why? That's the logic.
We should provide condoms for free. We should make it very easy to get them. So if they make a choice.
Condoms are like $5 for a box.
That doesn't mean they're free. Not everyone.
So are you a communist? Do you want free stuff from the government?
For certain things, yes. Like the prevention of disease.
Hey, I respect you because you're honest. You're at least telling me what you believe. Hey, if you actually believe all this stuff and you want the government to do all that, that's fine. Be honest. My counterpoint is I don't want to be forced into these policies. Do you understand why I feel that way?
I'm forcing you to have sex.
But you want me to wear a mask.
Yes, I do, because
you're forcing me. Okay, is carbon dioxide emissions killing the planet?
It is contributing to global warming, yes.
So how is it when you breathe it in all day long?
Because you also breathe out all day long.
Yeah, right. Carbon dioxide into the mask that you suck back in.
Carbon dioxide and oxygen in, carbon dioxide out.
Oxygen in, carbon dioxide out. The carbon dioxide can't escape out of your mask, sir.
You breathe both of them all of the time. It's all about the percentage. If you're in a 100% oxygen environment, you will also die. You will get high, and then your brain will die. You need a mixture.
But nobody's forcing you to put an oxygen tank on your face.
No one's forcing you
to put a mask on my face? That's exactly what you're promoting.
If you want to go outside, yeah. If you want to participate.
So I'm no longer a free citizen in your world. Admit it. Just be honest.
No, you could do 100.
All right, that's okay.
So my body, my choice until they want. Oh, here they're here to your rescue.
as well? You're pro-choice with abortion as well?
I'm pro-life, but I'll be honest.
How can you be pro-life on that?
No. See, that's not the logic. You want the right to kill a baby. You want the right to kill a baby, but you also want to impose your vaccine and mask on me. Explain that.
Pregnancy isn't contagious.
That's fine. Where do you work?
I'm not telling you where I work.
Well, I just want to make sure not to go there.
You hear me?
It's cool. It's down there.
Or are you just going to ignore me? Pregnancy isn't contagious. Corona is. You get pregnant, that doesn't get me pregnant. You get corona, cough on me, now I could also have it. Again, the rate of transmission is lowest if everyone...
So you're wanting to protect other people's lives by wearing a mask, right?
Yes.
So, but killing a baby is not protecting a life, or it is?
Oh, God. Don't engage.
There it is.
No, I will. I will.
No,
if
he's
you
actually
give
talking,
me-
ma'am. I respect somebody that'll talk. At
If
least he's honest.
a medical professional can determine that the birth of that child would kill the mother...
Fair enough, but let's just say just a general abortion. You're saying that's
Why
okay?
are you talking about that?
Well, because you're saying I don't have the choice to breathe clean air. That's what you're telling me. But you do have the choice to kill a baby. Well, you're breathing in carbon dioxide.
A portion of it, yes. I'm also...
So that's not clean air.
Oxygen.
Your oxygen levels are way low.
For a meeting, and I need to
Yeah,
take
we
my
do
boyfriend
have to
home.
go.
Are you pro-freedom or pro-government?
Again, false equivalency. That's not a real choice. Don't answer.
I'm not going to. I need to go to my meeting. I need my boyfriend to take me home.
So more pro-government. Thank you for talking. I appreciate that. You want to shake hands? That's all right. I appreciate you for actually talking. I respect somebody that'll actually talk to me more than these people that won't talk to me. So at least he has that going for him. But this is what it comes down to, folks. These people are pro-government. Pro-government. And the reason why they won't answer that question is because they think they're anti-government. They think they're anti-establishment. And by actually admitting that they're not what they claim they be, then they'd have to change their entire lifestyle. And so they're not ready for that leap. They're not ready for that commitment. And so they're still pretending like there's a deadly pandemic. They're still playing the victim. That's what they love, playing the victim. You heard them all up here. Oh, I have to go back to work in a dangerous condition. No, you don't. You don't. You can quit. You stay home. Oh, but how am I going to make my living? Exactly. The economy has to go on. People have to get back to work. You make a risk every day when you get in your car. Let's see what this guy's shouting about. He's loud right now. Sir, I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. What was that?
I said fight for universal basic income if you think people have the freedom to quit their job. It's a false freedom if you think you can quit a job and be able to survive.
I never said that. I never said you could quit a job and survive.
You said you have the freedom to quit a job.
Which is true.
But you won't be able to survive if you quit your job.
So I would suggest not quitting your job.
Exactly. It's a false freedom. It is.
Oh, here we go. First of all, you don't know anything about me, but I'll get to you later. Are you pro-government or pro-freedom?
I am pro-workers. That means workers should have the protections against people coming into where they work, against people who do not want to take the necessary precautions to protect other people. I am a restaurant worker. I interact with hundreds of people every day, okay? 100 people come inside. This mask mandate gives a false security for people that are going to come in. They're going to think, oh, COVID's over. You probably don't even think that exists, but that's another story for another time.
Well, no, COVID exists, but there's no pandemic.
You're right. The whole world has not been shut down at all.
So what does that have to do with a virus? The government shut the businesses down, not a virus.
The government shut businesses down.
Yeah, did a virus come to a door and knock on the door and say you're closed? Was that a virus?
No, that's asinine.
So it was the government.
Yes, the government did mandate saying, hey, you shouldn't.
So the government shut the economy down.
The economy hasn't stopped. It has, oh.
Yeah, I know it's tough. It's tough.
Yeah, it is very tough out here. It is very tough.
What percentage increase in the death rate of the United States? What percentage increase did we see in the year 2020, the deadliest pandemic? What was the percentage increase in death?
Let me check my calculations. Do I look like I'm not a medical expert? Okay. I'm not a medical expert, but I do know that masks protect me from spreading. If I was infected and I didn't know it, it protects me from spreading it to other people.
But you're not sick.
That I know of.
So are you going to wear the mask the rest of your life?
I'm looking for getting vaccinated. I am pro getting the vaccine. I'm here in solidarity so we can get the service industry workers the vaccine if they want it.
Yes.
Okay?
I agree. You should take the vaccine if you want it.
On the front line, we are in the frontline workers. I interact, my place of business, my restaurant, there's a lot of older clientele. I would not feel safe taking off this mask in front of them. Whether or not I'm infected or not, it is not safe for me to do so. Yes, but how?
But let me just tell you though, the percentage increase in death in the United States, 0%.
What's your source?
CDC.
Your CDC. When did you get this source? What were your
The numbers, they get updated every month.
The numbers get updated every month. Okay. Can you pull out the phone or your?
I've already done the research. I'm not going to do it for you here on the air, but you can go ahead and look it up. The CDC's numbers, 0% increase in death. Now let's just say hypothetically, you don't have to believe me, but let's just say you go home and you do the research and you find out that there was a 0% increase in death in the United States in 2020. Would that change your mind in any way?
No, because there's an increase in hospitalizations. Just because.
What have you seen that proves that?
Let's see. My
television.
My partner is a nurse in the medical field. Huh? Anecdotal, because I didn't see it with my own eyes.
I've been to the hospitals. I've seen it. I've seen it with my own eyes. They were never overwhelmed.
Yeah, that's why we have a medical facility opened up in the park here in Austin. That's why they had.
Yeah, nobody's there. Have you been there?
New York.
Yeah, nobody went there in New York. The ships came in, they docked, nobody went in.
That is completely false. It's patently false.
No, it's not. Again, look it up.
My partner's brother is a doctor in New York. He's seen the refrigeration trucks. He's dealing with COVID people dying every single day. So you come in here saying people aren't dying from it?
Whoa! People, did people just start dying, and did this not happen before?
Oh my gosh.
Not as what? And then it comes back to the percentage of death. See?
A percentage of death doesn't mean that it's a freedom of symptoms.
No, it means you've been lied to about the pandemic.
Because someone doesn't die doesn't mean that they're taken up a hospital bed. Those hospital beds will fill up. If we do not get this under control by Governor Abbott deciding he wants to,
it's never going to be under control. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's all fake.
So all of it's fake.
Yeah, look at the CDC numbers. There is no more flu. There is no more pneumonia. It's all COVID. And 80% of COVID deaths are comorbidities. Do you know what that means? That means people that had cancer, leukemia, diabetes, dementia, Alzheimer's, obesity, heart failure. And they just counted it as COVID because you get $12,000 at the hospital. You get $12,000 for a COVID positive test.
Yeah, that sounds like real science there.
That's just a fact. Everything I just said was true.
What is your source? What is your source that says that?
Go look it all up. You can go look it all up.
You're the one making these astounding claims.
I've already done the research. I obviously have the intel in my head, okay? So I'm giving you the intel right now. You don't have to believe me. You can go home and look it all up.
You're not giving me any proof what you're saying is patently true. Okay. You're saying, hey, I have this number.
I got it from the CDC.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, the death rate hasn't increased.
Yeah, it hasn't.
You also say that the 99.98% survivability rate.
It's true.
Yeah, it is evidently true, but it's also doesn't take into account the hospital beds that are taken up, the months of lung damage that can happen.
From ventilators.
My partner caught it. She's a service industry worker. She caught it. She had her first vaccine a couple weeks ago.
So she got hit with a trial vaccine. Did she get the ventilator too?
No, she had caught COVID months ago. It knocked her out for almost a month.
Your partner?
Yes.
And did you get it?
I did not catch it.
Wow, the deadliest, most contagious disease, and he somehow didn't get it.
Yes, you got me. I also wore a mask. I also had to stay home from my job to make sure I didn't infect other people. It's about protecting other people, protecting these workers.
You can protect yourself. Take the vaccine. Wear the mask. My body, my choice.
We're fighting to get the vaccine.
I know, but I'm saying, but my whole point is you can't make other people wear a mask.
No, we can't.
All right, good. So you're pro-freedom. Pro-freedom or pro-government?
You don't want some COVID getting out of there.
We won't do it to him. We won't do it to him. We won't do it to him. All right. Well, I appreciate you talking. I appreciate you talking. Anything else?
I just want to say, if you're pro-freedom of businesses, let businesses enforce people to wear masks.
That's fine. If a business one makes me wear a mask, I'll take my business elsewhere.
Good.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. That's freedom. So I'm glad that we agree on that. Pro-freedom. That's what we should all be coming together on. Pro-freedom, less government. Less government. Less. Keyword. Less. Less government. Less. Less. Not more. Less government. Less. Pro-freedom. Less government. Pro-freedom.
The general public has finally figured out why I'm upset. They figured out that the globalists are literally trying to kill us. They're trying to take over civilization and society, and they depend on the public being ignorant. That's why Jesus said, my people perish for lack of knowledge. Knowledge is power. Like our bodies are made up of all these tissues and all these systems that die without essential vitamins and minerals. And that's why they don't want you to know about essential vitamins and minerals, because it's so simple, because you won't be under their control anymore. Well, the Vitamin Mineral Fusion, the highest quality vitamin mineral fusion system out there in a liquid vitamin form, is now back in stock at InfoWarsStore.com. And it's not just an incredible formula at a great price, it funds the InfoWar at the same time. No other product you can buy does that. So again, InfoWarsStore.com, it's back in stock, 50% off, Vitamin Mineral Fusion. I'm going to keep it at that until it sells out. So take action today and give it to your friends and family as a gift.